So yes, I am back again. So a lot of my work this year has been focused on rebuilding the logistics department pretty much and establishing a lot better the different titles and duties of the positions that I'm going to be soliciting for this year through Uber. So I have a rough list of stuff here and then a couple spreadsheets and other documents to go through regarding the positions. So as far as the warehouse goes, we're going to be having a dock manager that is our staff here on site at the Gaylord. And we're also going to have a dispatch or communications person, one at warehouse, one at Gaylord, because me running forklift and things like that, a lot of communication ends up falling through the cracks. We're going to have forklift operators, truck drivers. A lot of stuff is the same as we know it from the past. The biggest issue and change is the marketplace load out and load in. We're going to be using something that's called a marshalling yard, and we're going to have a manager that will issue entrance passes to damn near anyone that enters the lot, wants to drive their car into the expo hall, trying to prevent people from blocking other people in and just have some general control over what happens in the dock lot. There's also going to be a floor manager that is running the actual marketplace load in and assignment of volunteers for helping vendors and just kind of making it run as smooth as possible. And we're going to have the same positions on the reverse loading out, except there are going to be two people who are runners that will be running around confirming that vendors have actually packed up their booze and that they're ready to go and that they can be allowed to bring their car back in, again, just to keep some kind of general order. During event, there's going to be some on-call dock manager and logistics crew shifts. A lot of the management is going to be done by me because I don't really know what to expect with this position. I just have ideas. And essentially the helper logistics crew will be grooming people to do the job in the future. A lot of the systems that are going to be in place, actually Dom came up with and keep track of who is where, is going to be something that we work towards using this guy, where we've got all of the docks listed out. So, I mean, it's nothing special. I really enjoy formatting and making spreadsheets look nice because they're a lot more fun to use. Yeah, it makes it just so much more user-friendly. So, yeah, and this will be shared with more people as needed. I have a whole logistics folder that I'm working on that I will share with the correct people at the time. We'll deal with that later. We're also going to have a Penske key management. Any driver that rents a Penske, any truck through MAGFest is going to relinquish their keys once they're on site and unloaded. It's mainly to prevent having to hunt people down if we need to use a truck very quick in an emergency, anything like that. We are working on multiple methods of making sure that there is close to 24-hour access to the Joe box. So a lot more of this plan is going to be rolled out closer to date. The biggest change is that I'm going to be getting keychains with 2-digit numbers and a bunch of stickers printed up for all of our trucks so that we're no longer going around looking for the 6-digit number on the side in the dark and the cold. Every truck will have a sticker or magnet on the front bumper and somewhere on the back so you can just pop a head out and say, oh, we've got truck 03, 15, and 7, and that's it. Yeah. Kind of. More so the keymaster is going to be the logistics Joe box key drop, but there are going to be multiple people, mainly in arcades and the dock manager and logistics crew that will know how to access the Joe box and pull the proper key when they're needed. And again, while we have a plan, we're going to improve upon it over the years because, again, I don't know what to expect. These are just ideas of a good way to move forward. But yeah, the idea is that there will be 24-hour access for people to get keys as needed. So that basically wraps up what I want to do with the actual truck management. And now to go a little bit more in depth with the marketplace load-in. I've spoken with Danielle Pomfrey and her team who are in charge of marketplace, and she was quite happy to have the added help. It's going to be a mixture of logistics staff and her staff doing the different positions that are needed. We're going to try and implement some kind of time limit for vendors to have to unload their vehicle and get materials to their booth. We're also going to be requiring that vendors remove their car from Expo E before they start setting up their booths. And a lot of this is going to be maintained by the entrance passes and just keeping note of what vendors we use and who is taking a long time, who's giving our staff problems, and just keeping little notes so that we have a better idea moving forward. The marshalling yard is going to be handing out the passes. I really want to use the South Point lot if it's possible to not block up the road, but we can block up National Harbor if we have to. I'm probably going to be the marshalling yard attendant because it's going to be outside in the cold and I'm kind of used to that. And I really want to see how it goes. Also, any vendor that comes in, I want them to know that this is my plan, and if they have issues, I want to hand out my card and be like, please contact me. This plan is the closest thing to industry standard that they experience all across any convention that they go to. So the vendor passes are just going to include all the pertinent information. We're talking about having a large vehicle unloading area that is just set aside for people with like big cargo vans, trucks with attached trailers, so that they can just have a lot more time depending on their size. And basically, the biggest issue that I ran into was vendors who packed up their booze that were ready to load up their car and leave, and a lot of vendors that went and got their cars and tried to get into the expo hall, and then they were breaking down their booze and filling up their cars and taking a lot more time. So the exit pass, no car is going to be allowed inside the venue if it hasn't been marked off by the floor manager saying that, yes, they are packed up, their stuff is ready to go, they can bring their car in, and they'll be out as soon as they're packed up. I know that this is going to create a lot of, I don't know, vendors are going to have things to say about it. I'm just trying to go by the fairest thing possible and just get everyone out as soon as possible, because no one wants to be here after an event. We want to pack up and go home and sleep for a change. So yeah, going to be using a lot more radios than logistics did last year. So actually that's going to be a tech request. I'm not entirely sure. I think last year logistics really only pulled maybe 3 radios, and I didn't even get one until like Friday, really because I wasn't on site. But I'm thinking we're probably going to need 6 minimum for logistics, but I'll follow up with tech when I know for sure. All right, great. Well, I will definitely look for that and have a solid answer. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I kind of glossed over that. Yeah, Last year we did have the general labor. We just didn't have the designated titles of floor manager, marshaling yard. Also, the runners are new. But the general labor, the floor manager is the person that any vendor will talk to as soon as they enter into the hall, and they'll be assigned to whatever parking spot is open at the time and informed how to, well, basically just pull forward and back into every spot just to keep it as simple as possible. But then, yes, the 4 to 6 general laborers right here will be running pallet jacks, getting hand trucks for vendors, assisting as needed, because a lot of these people bring a ton of stuff. Cargo vans absolutely packed to the gills, which is awesome, but giving them that help so that they can get in and out. They're also not killing themselves. So yeah, there is some kind of plan in place. No, definitely, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely like kind of all over the place because this is my baby that I'm finally sharing with the world right now, and like a lot of what I've been doing in my role. So it's like, um, let's see. Oh, yeah. Or it may not. Oh, I see what I was going wrong. Right above the clock? Oh, there we go. I don't know what I've done. I mean, I do find in Google. Does it? I hate to admit this, but I guess I'll share it now. Up until Thursday, I was using the. There we go. All right. So yeah, the biggest thing on the loadout is going to be having confirmation that vendors are packed up, and then yeah, we'll have general labor helping them as necessary, and hopefully everything will go incredibly smooth. And there is a rough, where'd you go? Rough draft of the logistics schedule that I'm looking at. So, yeah, marketplace load-in is going to be, what was that day, Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday the 2nd, from 4 to 12 is going to be the marketplace load-in. So hopefully we'll have more people that can help out after work, or that are just here on site doing stuff already. But yeah, other than that, a lot of it is going to be the same as last year, just with more focus on communicating what is needed from departments, what they're missing, what logistics can do to help while not turning into an outright delivery service. And I mean, if that's what it has to be, that's what it has to be. And I don't think there's really anything notable on load out other than everyone is trying to leave immediately. So yeah, loadout's going to be hectic. It went pretty well last year, and I expect it to go well this year. We cleared the warehouse in 24 hours over 2 days, so that is the time that I'm going to be trying to beat. I won't drive myself crazy if I don't, but I think we can do better. So this is going to be the year that we figure out what works, what doesn't, and what we should do moving forward. So I think that's all I really have. Shoot me questions in logistics channel directly. Questions, comments, anything like that. I am all ears to what would make everyone's lives easier. Other than that, thank you for listening. Sign up for logistics shifts if you are interested, and I'll see you all in 2 months. Thank you.